Hello everyone, welcome to the third video about a great solo played by Dutch guitar player Martijn van Iterson on the tune For Minors Only. Maybe you're thinking third video, I can only find one other video on your YouTube channel before this one. That's correct. That's because I made the first video right here on YouTube, but then the second video was only for my patrons over on Patreon. And then this is the third video, and I will make a fourth video again for my patrons. And if you want to know more about those two exclusive videos, I'll talk more about my Patreon at the end of this video. Let's get started with the first phrase of this second chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. This is a very effective bluesy phrase for C minor with the blue note, the F sharp, and the minor third, another blue note, the E flat. And then on the way back we have the flat 7, another note that's typical for a bluesy sound on C. And there again the blue note, now with this triplet. And the combination of those elements, so a flat 7 and then the blue notes sharp 4 and flat 3, and the triplets mixed with the 8th notes, or it's one triplet in this case, but still gives you that real jazz blues sound. 3, 4. And now we have a C7 lick. That's really just a C7 arpeggio, starting from the third. Still inside the C7 arpeggio. Resolving to F minor to the root. And it's an effective phrase, even though it's just a standard C7 arpeggio, there's no alterations. But it's effective because it highlights the change from the E flat for C minor to the E natural for C7. Let's go to the next phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. This is a really great phrase for a minor chord, in this case it's F minor. Very good lick to practice in all keys and easy to find because it starts on the root. Right, it's F minor, so if you want to play it in D minor, you start. Right, it's just my pinky on the root and then the lick is right there. You could of course start on the 5 of the chord, just skip the first note, so you get 3, 4, 1. That's also fine, but still easy to find, right? Because it starts on the high E string, it's with your first finger on the 5th, and if you know my system, the Van Hemert system, that's what I call the 5th position of D minor in this case. So this starts on the 5th position of F, with your first finger on the C, or you first play the root before it. If you want to know more about my system, there's a link to an explanation of that system in the description of this video, and also I wrote a book about that. If you want to know more about that, there's also information about that in the description. Let's go to the next phrase. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. This is a typical Martijn van Iterson phrase, at least the first bar, this phrase. He plays it often on a minor chord, and let's say it would stay on D minor or D minor G7, so for 2 bars instead of 1 bar, then it would probably continue something like this. But in this tune, it doesn't stay on D minor G7, it shifts up to E flat minor 7, A flat 7. So you get D minor G7, E flat minor 7, A flat 7. That's the key moment of this tune. So he resolves that lick, not to an E, to the 9 of D minor, but to the 7 of E flat minor 7. Then you get this lick. That's just a typical phrase for an E flat minor 7 chord. And it goes back to D minor, so he just shifts that lick down. By the way, in the video performance, in the beginning of this video, I play a different rhythm. I play like, but it should have been, but it doesn't really matter. It's the same notes, it's just a slightly different rhythm. But that's maybe a good thing that I did that, because you should do that too, right? You should try and come up with your own variations on these phrases anyway. And the easiest thing, of course, is to change the rhythms slightly. So he shifts down to this lick, fret lower for D minor 7 G7. And then he knows he has to go to C minor, right? There's one more bar. So instead of staying on D minor or staying on G7, he just shifts it down again, plays this outside lick, because it goes right back to C minor, which he would land on, right? So E flat minor, D minor. Now an outside lick, you could say it's C sharp minor 7 or D flat minor 7 to arrive on C minor in the next phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4. This minor lick is based off of the same shape or idea as that lick we had earlier on F minor, this one, where you have those 4 chromatic notes on the D string. And if I would transpose that lick to C minor, I would get... And this lick has the same idea, with a different ending. And I think if you combine this lick with the other lick, or combine, or just take them as something that you can play in this position, you have a nice vocabulary for minor chords in this position with your first finger on the 5th of the chord, so the 5th position of C minor. For instance, you could play the beginning of the first variant or the first idea and end with the ending of the second one, like this. That was it for this video. Of course, there's more. You saw me play more in the beginning, the second half of this second chorus, and I'll make a video for that exclusively for my patrons over on patreon.com. So if you want to see that video and also the previous one that belongs to this solo, and also many other exclusive videos, you can join there at the €10 tier and you can watch those exclusive videos and also download the exclusive tabs. If you join at the €5 tier, you can download the tab that you saw on screen today and also for many other public videos on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, consider subscribing, and hopefully I will see you in the next video over on Patreon or right here on YouTube. Bye!